Hey everyone, Sawmill Charlie. Well, it's January the 27th, a Saturday. It's 55 degrees. The sun's kind of peeping out between the clouds. It is overcast today, and the bees are flying a little bit. Now, yesterday, Friday, had gotten up to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Bees were really flying strong. So I did go into this nuke. It's been a weak nuke throughout the winter. Only 5 frames. I usually like to have 5 over 5. I've been putting sugar bricks along with the liquid feed that I did feed in the fall, and they had consumed most of the sugar bricks. I went ahead and added these additional sugar bricks to this hive. I bought some pollen patty, the global patty with the Apis biologic in it. I figure in the next 2 to 3 weeks, the queen will start to lay some, so I'm going to try to give these hive a leg up, I'll say, and give all the food and nutrients it needs to be able to survive and get through to springtime. So I'll go ahead and we'll get into this hive and put the patty on there. Maybe pull a frame up and see whether or not we can see any amount of bees. Alright, I'm suited up. I'm going to go ahead and take the top off. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hive. Like I said, maybe we can pull a frame or two out and check on the population down in the hive. There's some of the sugar bricks I put on yesterday. Bees are not the best of friendliness. They are on the sugar bricks though, which is good. I do have a shim, about 1.5 inches that I put on top, so you can put the sugar bricks on without affecting the lid. I'll go ahead and pull this one frame up in the middle, see whether it's any good. Well, I can definitely tell that there is some nectar in this hive, but I can see that there's bees here that when they broke cluster, they didn't quite make it back. From what I can see right now, it doesn't look like this hive's going to really survive. I do see the queen, and she actually has eggs in there, which is good, but this is pretty much a pretty pitiful hive. So I'll go ahead and put the sugar bricks back on. I'm going to go ahead and put this pollen patty on. Along with the rest of these bricks. So, if this hive does not make it, it's not going to be surprising to me. There's just really not a whole lot of bee population in there. I didn't expect it to last this long. So let's go ahead and we'll move on down to another hive that's a little more strongly populated and check those out. Make sure everybody's got plenty of food, which I believe they do. I fed quite a good amount of sugar water in the fall. Alright, we're here at another nuke hive. Just kind of want to get into this one and see what the population's like. Check out the food. Well, I can see that we've had a little bit of a moisture problem here, even though there's some upper ventilation. Plenty of bees. And all that, very calm. What I think I'm going to do is I have a additional patty here, and I'm going to probably give them about half of this one patty and let them have something to eat on. We'll move him out of the way. Go ahead and see if I can gently open this hive up a little bit to see what the sugar water and honey content is. And they got it propylized down pretty good. Good bee population, plenty of honey. The next frame over on both sides have got good amounts of honey. I got a little bit of open brood area here, and I don't see anything in the cells at this time. And there's nothing in that cells either. So I'm satisfied as far as what I can see here so far. They've got honey to get through the spring for sure. Just a little quick check. Go ahead and put the pollen patty on. And put the lid back on. I got it scooted forward, so there's a little vent hole up there that can let any additional moisture out. And I also have chloroplast underneath the screen bottom board, but I cleaned that out also of all the debris coming through the screen bottom board. And I did leave the chloroplast pulled back slightly so it has some slight bottom ventilation, so it kind of gives a little bit of a chimney effect. So since we have a little bit more pollen patty here, I'm going to go ahead and open up this next hive over here, and we'll see what's inside that. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into this hive. See what's going on. Add a pollen patty. Population, the bees are up top throughout the hive. And the population's pretty good. Let me go ahead and see if we can pull a frame up out of here. They're not all the way up in the top like the last one was. See if we can get an idea what kind of food supply we have. And I can tell by the frame we got plenty of food. As you can see, there's plenty of honey. Plenty of honey on that side. A little bit of nectar in the bottom end. Looking down into the hive, there's plenty of bees down in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this pollen patty on there. These are the 4% pollen percent patties that they were at Hive Expo, Honeybee Expo. Last year I was using the 15% that they were selling. So Same thing here. I didn't seem to have quite the moisture problem, but I did take and push the lid forward to kind of give it ventilation, and like I did with the other one, I took and pulled that screen coroplast board back a little bit to give it some ventilation from the bottom up. So it looks to be good. It looks like all my hives, judging by these last 3 hives or so, have plenty of food stores to get through till springtime, but I'll be keeping an eye on them. Well, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and get into this 10 frame since we were right here, and check out a few 10 frames along with the 5 frame nukes. So we got bees up in the upper area here coming out the vent hole. And we've got plenty of bees here on top. I can definitely tell that there's plenty of honey in there from just looking from the side angle. They're getting a little bit perturbed with me. It is a little bit, even though it's 55 degrees, it's a little bit chilly out here. So let's go ahead to the next hive right next door and check it out. Alright, we're here at this next 10 frame hive, and you'll also notice that it's got a covering on the outside of it. It's a windbreak. It is made out of non-rip nylon material, and it also has the flex insulation on the inside of it. This was made by one of my beekeepers in my local bee club. It also has these buckles here that are adjustable. It's easy to install and it keeps the wind off. It does have a insulation factor about it. I'm not really sure what the R factor would be, but I believe it's called Reflectex is the insulation that they sewed into the fabric, and it's really easy to put on. Something maybe you would like to maybe get. I will put the information in the liner notes of the video. It also, she can make custom make these insulating windbreaks for all kinds of different types of hives. So we got the bees up in the top end here, and another good looking bunch of bees. Let me go ahead and bring you up a little bit closer. All right, we're up here a little closer so you can see. I got some bees on the inner cover there. I don't see the queen, of course. And we got good population. We got at least 8 seams of bees. Lots of bees up on top. Let me see if I can kind of ease in here. Maybe grab one of these frames. Check on stores. I can see right now that there's plenty of stores in there. See if I can get the bees to move a little bit for me. I'll go ahead and pick this frame up. There we go. Nice and slow. Plenty of food. We've got some open cells. I don't see any eggs in there at this time. On the other side, we've got more food. Some more open cells in the corner here. And I don't see any eggs in there at this time, which I don't really expect to. Main thing of it is, and then on both sides of the next 2 frames, you can see the honey that's still capped. And I just had a block of wax go down in there. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and put this back. real slowly. And there we are. I'm going to go ahead and seal this back up. And as you can see here, I got these two blocks. It raises the telly cover about maybe 1/8 of an inch. And we also have the notch here for ventilation. It's supposed to be an upper entrance, but I don't really see the bees using that at all. What I will do is slide this lid forward. It opens that notch up so any moisture and humidity goes out the front of the hive. And then we'll take and put the ratchet straps back on. After I put the lid on, I decided maybe to go ahead and give them a half of a pollen patty in here to give them something to eat on. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the hive again real quick. Just kind of slide this in the hive. They're getting a little bit agitated right now. And put the lid back on. Slide that lid towards the front so they get a little bit of ventilation. So until next time, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell, share my videos with your friends, and have fun with your bees.